Cooking for Couples. My name is Sam Gordon, filling in for that freak bitch. Marcy Johnson is the steaming pile of shit she left on my heart. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the viewers who wrote into us after our last episode, the Thanksgiving Indian. Judy in Berkeley writes, Dear Sam, your recipe for curry glazed lentil tofurkey was to die for. It would have made the Indians, Pilgrims, and Native Americans proud. Thank you, Judy. On to today's show. The culinary theme of the day is clinical depression stemming from having derived your self-worth from a now failed relationship. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you that just because you have no reason to live doesn't mean you can't eat well. Let's get started! As with every theme, this one poses unique safety concerns. With last week's theme, we had to be careful to avoid
racial insensitivity,
because both types of Indians are notoriously short-tempered and litigious. This week, we will face a very different, but equally dangerous safety threat.
body oil.
So we'll have to plan our meal accordingly. Specifically, stay away from foods that splatter or require high heat, as your clothes, skin, and beard are most likely covered in days of body oil and ejaculate, both of which are very flammable.
I feel nice, a sugar and spice. I feel nice, a sugar and spice.
When planning spices and seasonings while depressed, always make sure to choose a dish that tastes good with salt. However, do not add any, as your tears will most likely suffice. All other seasonings should be omitted, as their additions require extra effort. On to Chapter 3. If you're anything like me, putting off doing the dishes is an important part of ignoring your responsibilities in favor of exploring the subtleties of the fetal position. Therefore, you probably experience a rise in the ratio of dirty to clean dishes in your kitchen. Choose a meal that requires few or no dishes to prolong your pity party.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want.
At this point in your downward spiral, you've probably been using your sick days to stay at home and smell your ex's shirt that you found wedged behind the dresser. While this sounds fun, you're now most likely on a budget or about to be fired. Either way, using cheap ingredients is a wise choice. Alcohol often can play a big part in getting over an ex. Luckily, most activities can be performed relatively easily while inebriated. Cooking, however, is not one of them. To minimize the chance of an accident, use only blunt utensils. Also, consider throwing out your larger knives for complete protection from both accidents and any suicidal urges that may arise. Now it's time to cook! The advice I've laid out will provide you with many options for delicious, filling meals. Today, we'll be traveling south of the border for my depression fiesta. I've got one here that I prepared earlier. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Tune in next week when my new friend Speedball Jones will be joining us to show you how to brew a perfect batch of toilet wine without staining the porcelain.